What's up, everybody? Today we're going to go through YouTube analytics. We're going to go through the YouTube Studio beta, and I'm going to run through everything for you to kind of teach you what you're looking for and how to look for certain things to better improve your video rankings. So stick around. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Another video for you. My name is Sergio Suarez from Life of Opportunity. And today I'm very excited. I'm going to jump into the Studio beta. We're going to, dig into some analytics. I'm going to run it for those of you that have never, done any kind of analytics, don't know what to look for. I'm going to just quickly go through it, and it's going to be a little bit of a shorter video than my last ones, but I promise you it's just informative. But before we jump into it, don't forget to subscribe, hit the little bell icon, make sure you don't miss any future episodes. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump in the computer and let's look at some analytics. Okay, here we are. Here is my YouTube channel. Basically what I want to do is I want to go ahead and jump into YouTube Studio. So you should have a button right here at the top. That's one way to get in. Another way to get in is actually just to click here at the top. Down here over here you can see YouTube Studio Beta. Now I do want to show you YouTube Studio Beta. This is the absolute beast of all platforms for analytics. I mean, YouTube, you could tell YouTube wants you to succeed because they're giving you so much valuable data right here that you could use to better improve your videos every time. And I mean, there's so much information. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump in and we'll look at a couple of my other videos. So we'll actually jump in. So when you jump in the YouTube Studio Beta, you're going to get brought to this dashboard. This is the main dashboard. That's going to kind of give you an overall view. It's looking at the latest video you've uploaded. Some of the really cool things they'll give you here is ranking by views. So 5 out of the 10, it's 5th place out of the 10 by views of the rest of my videos. I've got 12 views on it so far. This was just 2 days ago that I've uploaded this video. But I'm up, 33% on average based on my other videos. So, that video is doing that much better. But I'm down a little bit on the average view time on this video, down by 32% on the first day or 18 hours, it looks like it says. And I'm a little bit down on total watch time for this time. And these are compared to my average to my other videos that I have on here. Another thing you'll see on here is channelytics, channel analytics. I kind of combine those channelytics. And I think that's because TubeBuddy does that. And I'm kind of used to that. But current subscribers, that's how many I got right now. Just started the channel. So I've gained 10 in just the last less than 28 days, but it's giving me the 28 days, probably in the last 2 weeks, probably the last week actually. And then, total watch time on my channel. So in the last 28 days, obviously it's gone up almost 500% from the previous 28 days. That's because, again, I started taking this seriously a few weeks ago. And, I've only got 10 uploads so far. And then, 221 views, which is up also 251%. So, this is going to get interesting, more and more interesting when we actually get into, 4, 5, 6 months, maybe up to a year, and we start looking at month-to-month data, and you can start to compare where you're at, what videos are doing well, and all that. So, and then underneath that, you got top videos, 7 steps for ranking YouTube's my top video in the last 48 hours based on views. But yeah, so it's kind of an overview. You can go into analytics, and if you go into analytics from here, it's going to give you kind of channel analytics. So this is overall analytics. And as you can see here on my page, I've gotten, and this is for the last 28 days, you can drop down this menu and change it for the last 90, for the last 365, lifetime. You can go down to monthly, or even just last 7 days. But you could see here, there's kind of the overview that we've already seen. Gives you kind of a line graph showing you the kind of the patterns. You could see, every time I've, released a few videos, it definitely jumps up by views, and then comes down a little bit again, and then jumps back up. So definitely some good data there. Underneath that, you're going to see your top videos. These are the top videos in the last 28 days that have been performing based off of views as well. So one thing you can do, and actually, sorry, before I get into that, there's another really cool section here called real-time activity. So in the last 48 hours, it's actually going to show you, how much traffic you've had, so how many views you've had. And then underneath that, the views by video, and it's kind of showing you, what people have been watching in the last 48 hours. So very, very cool. So under the top videos, this is a very important section. If you click see more, it's going to pop up another menu. And, here you can really just go to town and look at all sorts of different analytics. But if you look down here, this is where you're going to see what videos did well, and you're going to know kind of, what YouTube is favoring in terms, and what people are favoring, I should say, in terms of your videos. So, I mean, you can see here, obviously my top performing video still to date is generate 10K plus per month using ClickBank. So it's my ClickBank affiliate marketing video. I've got definitely probably the most impressions by YouTube. So impressions are, YouTube again showing my video. If you haven't had a chance to, watch my other videos where I explain a little more about what impressions are and how to rank videos, make sure you check that out right up here. But be sure to, save that for later and finish this video. Anyways, so you could see, like the, top performing, I got a pretty good click-through rate. So click-through rate is, based off of impressions. It's impressions versus views. So, 11% I think is pretty decent. I think they say anything over 6% is good, I believe, don't quote me on that. But, and then, it's got not quite the highest average view duration, but it definitely has the highest view time or watch time. And, sorry, that's the other one. Sorry, this is 85, which has still got a pretty good watch time. And that's something that YouTube really, really looks at. They want to keep people on their platform. So watch time is so important. They want you to, stay on there, watch the videos, and keep people on the platform. So definitely they look at watch time. That is a very, very, very important aspect of ranking your YouTube videos. But yeah, that's just a little bit of the overview based off of your channel. When you go up here, so that's the overview on the channel, you can click onto reach. Now this gives you kind of some impressions based off of, engagement, some information based on engagement and impressions and click-through rates. So you can see on the channel, I've had about 1,400, 1.4K impressions in total. Because this is highlight, the chart showing me kind of the pattern. Impressions go up, come down, go up, come down. It looked like actually, analyzing my channel here just in the last 2 weeks, because as you can see, as of August 13, that's when I started to post pretty regularly. We're only on September 5th, so I'm only in this for, a few weeks, 2-3 weeks. And, at first there were some peaks and valleys, but I mean, it's starting to get a little bit, those valleys, if you notice here, are starting to get a little bit small, taller, I guess I should say, not so shallow. Whereas over here, there was quite a bit of shallow valleys. So I think that this is looking like it's improving. Again, this is only a couple weeks worth of data. I don't have enough to show you in terms of the patterns. And, maybe I'll do another video in the future where I can show you a little bit more data. But then you can just click on something else and it'll kind of give you the click-through rate chart, your view chart. So again, some more peaks and valleys, and then unique viewers. This is only updated up to yesterday with this data. And then you come down and it's going to break it down for you further. So based on traffic sources, these are my traffic sources for my channel. My number one traffic source is YouTube search, which is pretty good. I think that's really good. That's due to my optimization, my ranking video optimization that I do on my videos. Google is showing my videos in search. I'm ranking very well for keywords. Again, if you haven't watched my other 2 videos on the YouTube, the keyword tools video and my ranking video, definitely go check them out, because this is proof, just very, very, I've only been in this for a few weeks, but yet my number one source is already YouTube search. So that shows that this stuff does work. So the next thing I have here is channel pages. Then the next biggest third one is external. So this is probably me advertising to my email list on Facebook, trying to bring people over to my YouTube channel to try to get some subscribers and watches. Then the fourth one is suggested video, which I really like. Suggested video, remember, if you watched my other video, I said the two powerhouses, the two things you want to rank the best for is YouTube search and suggested video. Again, suggested video is that little column on the right-hand side that they suggest your videos while you're watching other videos. So yeah, it's pretty cool to see your source types, and then it'll break it down even further. So for external, clickfunnels.com. So one of my videos I have is linked to one of my my ClickFunnels landing pages. So that's definitely one of the top views. Next would be Facebook. Then you can see it just kind of breaks it down to you for you further. Coming down here under suggested videos, it's actually going to show you what video you're getting the most suggestions from. So I'm obviously doing really well from this how to earn cash with coupons for inbox dollars. And that's probably my inbox dollars review video that's getting suggested on there. So, doing pretty well there. This funnel is very, very important, very interesting information here. This is how basically from the moment they show your video to somebody, it's kind of your data all the way down to watches and view time. So as you can see here, 1.4K impressions, 9.2%. This is a really cool stat here. 9.2% are from YouTube recommending my content. So if you hover over this eye, you could see what they mean. So YouTube recommended my content, recommended on a home page was about 4.8% of that 9.2, and then recommended on a watch page is another 4.5%. So you could see it really breaks it down. It's really interesting information. Then out of that 1.4K, 7.4% of that is a click-through rate, which means I've gotten 101 views from my impressions. And then further to that, I've had an average of 3 minutes and 29-second average view duration from those impressions for a total of 353 minutes of watch time. So it really breaks everything down. It really tells you how your channel is doing overall. Traffic sources on YouTube. So on my YouTube search, as that was my number one source, these are the things I'm ranking for. So ClickBank was one of the highest ones at 6.7%. Inbox dollars and inbox dollars review come in at 2 and 3. That's for my inbox dollars review video that I did. Super affiliate system reviews, the next one from my review video that I did as well. And it breaks it down. You can actually click see more and it'll actually break it down for you further. So here we are, and it kind of breaks it all the way down. And this breaks it down for you by views, average view duration, average percentage viewed, and then watch time as well. So very good data here. You could really break down what keywords you were ranking for and how many views and watch times. So if we go back, that's kind of the channel overall. You can keep going. This is engagement. Engagement shows you, your watch time and average view time, and then your audience is kind of showing your subscribers and average views per viewer, plus your unique viewers total. Now, this is your overall channel. You can go into videos, and each one of your videos you can break down. You can go into that same kind of data and pull that same data for each video individually. So let's have a look at my inbox dollars, since we've seen that one's been ranking pretty decent. And here's kind of where we put the tags, like I explained in my other video. Again, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. But you could see here, the pattern since I published this video, the pattern of watches. You could see here how it's just been a consistent climb. This has actually been pretty decent over the past, 8 days. It's been a steady climb all the way up. So very good information. Another really important is audience retention. This is what's going to show you how long your audience is being, watching your videos and where you're kind of dropping people off. And if you break this really down, you can kind of check out where, what did you do wrong where you all of a sudden lost people, right? Where people are dropping off from your video, no longer watching your videos. So if we go to see more here, this is actually a really, really good tool. We can actually analyze this video from the start to beginning. So you can see at the beginning, usually you always have a very steady drop. I'm actually quite impressed with this video because I don't have, right off the bat, you have people that drop in the first, 10, 15 seconds right down to probably 40% at least. But I mean, right through to, if you keep going, we're at a minute, what is this? A minute and 15, and I'm still at 87% retention rate. Now, again, this is only not that many views, so it's not enough to pull a decent amount of data. I'm going to wait a while and make sure that this has a lot of data for me to watch, for me to pull from. But you could see here, we're 2 minutes away and I'm still at 73. So this one's actually really doing pretty decent. But I guess this was kind of a bad example. Let's look at one where I'm dropping and losing people a little bit more. So we just go back to here. And let's try generate 10K per month using ClickBank. Go over to analytics. Okay, as you can see here, I got a pretty, steady incline. And then it kind of levels off after the, the fourth day here. So pretty normal trend, especially for a new video, a new channel. As you can see here, the audience retention is actually, this is a lot more of what I was, explaining, where you always have that kind of instant drop and then it kind of plateaus and it levels off. But looking at this, you could see some really, really good information. So going past this, initial drop where most people, that's where they, they kind of lose interest. And just by clicking on there, you can kind of see where they're losing interest. And then another little peak here and then another drop. So at this point here, this is where I start to lose again some more people. And you can just kind of study what parts of those videos, what are you doing that, to get those drops, like right here, right after this point here, you start to see kind of a pretty steady drop here. So this is actually quite a bit. I definitely want to analyze what happened here because then it's just been kind of really low from there on. So definitely something I'm going to look into. This is give you so much value. This is such an important part of analyzing your videos, figuring out what you can do better later. So yeah, and let's go over to reach on this video. So on the reach, you can see my impressions, Google's been showing my video it's got a pretty steady climb. I like this. This looks good. You know what I mean? It's consistently going up. There's no, it's not plateauing. So YouTube is definitely showing my video out to people. But, let's see here. If we look at traffic source types, channel pages, my number 1, YouTube search number 2. So YouTube search is doing quite well. If you look at the 224 impressions, 21 of those are from YouTube recommending my content. So, that's some pretty good. That's pretty good high. There's 11.2 click-through rate. So it's a pretty high click-through rate. So that's probably what YouTube likes. 25 views from the impression, 100, about a minute and 22 average view duration. So as when we looked at that audience retention back here, I can get why it's so short, because we really drop off quickly. So I'm definitely going to look into why we drop that off. That's very valuable data, and then I could work from there. But yeah, you could just play around. That's really all there is to it. Just go through and you can really analyze every little bit. It's really, really actually can get quite addicting, but really good information and really important stuff for you to better your videos, for helping you to rank and show, what you could do, show yourself what you could do better and improve those rankings. So that's it for me today. Like I said, short and sweet. Thanks so much for joining me again today. And don't forget to, hit that subscribe button, tick the little bell icon so you get notified of future episodes when I upload them. This is another video of just kind of part of my ranking on YouTube video series. I don't know if I'll have much more, but on YouTube, but I'll have a lot more reviews and other topics. We might get into some Facebook advertising and stuff like that. So thanks again, and we'll see you next time.